Harry Chapin. You actually look like you played soccer at one time, Chevy, did you? Oh, okay. If they could set up another mic quickly, because I was practicing in the dressing room with Chevy to do Flowers Are Red with me. And he's got the words right here. Is there how long will it take to get another mic? Right over here? Or right over, oh, all right. This is a song, as some of you know, that was triggered by the fact that my secretary's kid came home. Did he hit it? It's all right. Listen, I usually have Big John back here who upstage me all the time. As you know, John's theory is reality is for those who can't face drugs. And so Chevy is...
Right. How do you handle a hungry man?
Yeah.
Big John.
Anyway, my secretary's kid came home with the following report card last November. It said, "Your son marches to the beat of a different drummer, comma, but don't worry, we'll have him joining the parade by the end of the term." Now, the role of the teacher is about to be played by Chevy. Okay? You ready?
Yep.
And see what you think. It's an education beat. The little boy went first day of school. He got some crayons and he started to draw. He put colors all over the paper. All colors was what he saw. And the teacher said, "What you doing, young man?" "I'm painting flowers," he said. She said, "It's not the time for art, young man. And anyway, flowers are green and red. There's a time for everything, young man. The way it should be done. You got to show concern for everyone else, for you're not the only one." And she said,
"Flowers are red, young man. Green leaves, everybody are green. There's no need to see flowers any other way than the way they always have been seen."
But the little boy said,
"Flowers, flowers are red, young man.
so many colors in the morning sun. There's no need to see flowers, and I see everyone." All right. I'm going to fire Big John. Find out. Oh, I'm sorry. We've got to find out if he sings falsetto yet. Cross your legs firmly, sir. Well, the teacher said, "You're sassy. There's ways that things should be. And you'll paint flowers the way they are. So repeat after me." And she said,
"Flowers are red, young man. Green leaves are green. There's no need to see flowers any other way than the way always have been seen."
But the little boy said, "So many colors in the rainbow, so many colors in the morning sun. There's so many colors in the flower, and I see everyone." No, it's fine.
That's not fair.
Although that would be sort of wild for a teacher to do.
Well, you enjoyed it.
Take it off. Get donations, extra donations for him to take it off. Who wants to buy his shirt? $250? Is that 100? Or
No, that's thousands. Hundreds of thousands.
1,000. Oh. Well, the teacher put him in a corner. She said, "It's for your own good. And you won't come out till you get it right and are responding like you should." Well, finally he got lonely, frightened thoughts filled his head. And he went up to that teacher, and this is what he said. And he said, "Flowers are red,
Man,
green leaves are green.
minor third up.
There's no need to see flowers any other way than the way they always have been seen." course, time went by like it always does, and they moved to another town. And the little boy went to another school. This is what he found. The teacher there was smiling. She said painting should be fun. And there are so many colors in a flower, so let's use every one. But that little boy painted flowers in neat rows, perfect neat rows of green and red. And when the teacher asked him why, this is what he said. And he said, flowers are red, green leaves are green. There's no need to see flowers any other way than the way they always have been seen. But there still must be a way to have our children say, there are so many colors in the rainbow, so many colors in the morning sun. There's so many colors in the flowers, and I see everyone. Chapin! Falsetto too. More. I was planning to stay on here for a while. Listen, the last time I was here, we opened for John McLaughlin, if you can believe. Anybody here that night? It's a wild, weird night. But that was, what, about 4 or 5 years ago? Must have been a hell of a long time. A lot of things going on since then. This kind of evening I do often, although not with all this. You can leave it up here. We may use it for something later on, okay? Just, we'll hear watchful waiting. That's Jay's mother up there, if you're wondering what's going on. I do about 200 concerts a year, about 100 Richard benefits, mostly with the group, but tonight it's going to be a little bit different. And so I'd like to, in a sense, rediscover some songs that you've heard before in their original form. I'll do Taxi, don't worry. I'll do that. Wait a second, let me just assure some people out there that I spent too much of my life singing to audiences that didn't want to hear anything that I've written, not to do the ones that you want to hear. So I will do Cats in the Cradle and Taxi and Bananas and all that stuff. Don't worry. What I would like to try to do is a couple of brand new songs, and then I'll do some of the things you've heard before. I've been in a hot streak writing-wise in the last about 6 weeks, or at least I think so. And I'd like to try a couple of brand new songs on you. Are you ready? You okay? This first one is... how many of you ever saw it? Do you ever see the movie Tea and Sympathy? You know, with Deborah Carr and John Kerr. Remember that thing where John Kerr played this kid who thinks he's a homosexual because he hadn't had any experience. He's in an all-boys school, and the headmaster's a real SOB. And Deborah Carr plays the wife of the headmaster, and she's getting pissed off at her husband, so she decides to make the grand gesture and prove to the kid that he's a closet heterosexual. So just as she's about to offer herself, you know, she's unbuttoning her blouse, she looks at him and says this immortal line. Someday, when you speak of this, and you will, please be kind. Now I want you to have the same relationship to this song. Since it's a virgin, it's the first time, and I want you to be kind, okay? How things back then to cheap seats? You can always count on the cheap seats. You know, it's one of the adages of modern music. Here's the song. It was my first full year of college. I lived in a college town. Went and rented a room in a rooming house that was tumbling down. I did not have the money then to pay for a better place. Still, all in all, it suited a boy making the paper chase. It was my first night in that lumpy bed. in the last room down the hall. Heard a hoarse voice, a sad guitar coming through the paper-thin wall. A crazy nonsense nursery rhyme that did not mean a thing, but for the first of what was to be 1,000 times, this is what I heard him sing. Oh, hold that D chord on the old guitar till I found the G. Drop it down to old E minor till the A chord rolls back home around for me. I had to lay there listening. It seemed he was in my room. Yeah, the voice that held the melodies, singing there in the gloom. He repeated it over and over again, such a soft and sinking sound. It was kind of like a music box that was slowly winding down. He sang it and he hummed it, he whistled it, he strummed it, he laughed it and he cried it. He did everything but hide it. Oh, hold that D chord on the old guitar till I found the G. Drop it down to old E minor till the A chord rolls back home around for me. The anatomy of emptiness, counting choruses instead of sheep. Then I banged on the wall and out I called, "Hey bub, I need some sleep." Sudden void of silence, then I heard that hoarse voice say, "It weren't so very long ago they paid me to play." I said, "It's a little late for music, bub, 2 hours till it's daylight." He said, "I need my music most in the dark hours of the night. You see, I've tried getting high on something, son, but it only brings me down. Staying dry don't work out better, son. My eyes get wet and I drown. Please let me continue, and I'll be in your debt. You see, I'm not singing to remember, I'm singing to forget." Oh, hold that D chord on the old guitar till I found the G. Drop it down to old E minor till the A chord rolls back home around for me. I said, "If I must listen, sir, one quick question then. Why in the hell do you sing one song over and over again?" He gave a sound like a rusty wood rasp on a board from an old woodshed. At first I thought it was weeping. Then this is what he said. He said, "I gave her the music, son. She gave me the words. Together we'd write the kind of songs the angels must have heard. Of course we'd fight like cats and dogs, but life ain't no rosebud dream. Still whatever we do, everybody knew we truly were a team." I said, "You sound like what's his name?" He said, "That's who I am. But you can't wrap a name around you, son, 'cause it really don't mean a damn. You see, I can't remember now if I done it wrong or if she done wrong to me. All I know is when I let her go, that it did not set me free. A song don't have much meaning when it don't have nothing to say. What she could do was magic, boy. All I could do was play. It was just about then I drifted off. Maybe I dreamed about what I heard, about the voice that held the melodies, who had gone and lost the words. Hold that D chord on the old guitar till I found the G, drop it down to old E minor, till the A chord rolls back home around for me. Thank you. Evidently got a buzz in that guitar, so we'll try this one for a while. I'm going to do something. This is a song you've heard before, but probably never this way. It's a song that you heard on the radio, but this is the way it sounded the first time that I sang it to the guys in the group, trying to, infer to them some of the ideas I had arrangement-wise on it. Sort of a strange time in the life of a song, and you'll see what I mean. Is that on yet? Does it sound like Eric Clapton? It should. Hello, honey, it's me. What did you think when you heard me back on the radio? What did the kids say when they knew it was their long-lost daddy-ho? Remember how we listened to the radio, and I said that's a place to be, and how I got the job as an FM jock the day you married me. It was 2 kids and I was in the AM rock, but I just had to run around. It's been 8 years since I left you, babe. Let me tell you about what's gone down. Ba-bum-bum, I am the morning DJ at WOL. Playing all the hits for you, wherever you may be. Ba-bum-bum-bum, the bright good morning voice, who's heard but never seen. Oh, feeling all of 45, going on 15. They're drinking the dead on the last big gig, made my voice go low. They said that they liked the young sound when they let me go. So I drifted on down to Tulsa, Oklahoma to do me a late night talk show. Now I work my way down home again, hear the boys in Idaho. That's how this business goes. Bum-bum-bum, I am the morning DJ at WOL. Playing all the hits for you, wherever you may be. Yip, 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 yip. The bright good morning voice, who's heard but never seen. Big John. Oh, you keep on singing low like that, you're gonna turn the groupies on. I've been making extra money doing high school sock hops. I'm the big time guest MC. You should hear me talking to the little children and listen what they say to me. I got a spot on the top of my head, just begging for a new toupee, and there's a tire around my gut from sitting on my butt. It's never gonna go away. sometimes I get this crazy dream that I just take off in my car. But you can travel on 10,000 miles, still stay where you are. I've been thinking that I should stop this jocking and start that record store. Maybe I could settle down if you take me back once more. Okay, honey, I see, I guess he's better than me. Sure, old girl, I understand. You don't have to worry, I'm such a happy man. W-O-L-D, W-O-L-D, W-O-L, W-O-L-D-D-D. I am the morning DJ on WPLJ. Playing disco duck for you, oh, won't you fly away? The bright good morning voice, who's heard but never seen. Oh, feeling all of 45, going on 15. Sean Cassidy, I love you, the morning DJ at WOL. Well, all right, Passaic. I gotta say, John Scher's got the best sounding dump in New Jersey here. I know, this is a great hall. I play in so many enlarged bathtubs with the, you know, the acoustic properties of a Holiday Inn shower, you know, and this is great. I'd like to try another new song on you, if I may, and then we'll maybe do a little... I've always got to worry about Chevy Chase wandering around somewhere here, lurking. And then we'll do some audience precipitation, if that's all right. Back in the cheap seats, they're ready. How many of you have been the beneficiary of unwanted advice from your parents at key junctures in your life? Well, my mother always used to give me things she called old chestnuts. She sort of lifted all of poor Richard's almanac for these moments. And the thing that pissed me off more than anything else about these pieces of advice is how often they were right. You know, you could have forgiven her if it was wrong most of the time. And even more annoying was the fact that they were sometimes contradictory. For example, she would say at some junctures, she'd say, "Many hands make light work, son." I'd say, "Right on, Ma, I'll vote for that." Then she'd say later, 2 months later, she'd say, "Too many cooks spoil the broth, Harry." Then she'd say, "He who hesitates is lost. Look before you leap." You know, there's all kind... Actually, the perverse thing about life is, as George Orwell talks about in 1984, doublethink is important. You've got to be able to hold mutually contradictory truths in your head at the same time. As a matter of fact, what I think adulthood is that state wherein you can hold mutually contradictory truths without having anything worse than ulcers. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I give up my day job and grow up, but what the hell. I'd like to sing this song about different opinions about the same contemporary subject. I'd put it to the tune of a minuet, but what the hell. Eat your heart out, John Travolta. Seems like 2 months, though I met her tonight. Something just told me it would work out all right. I asked her to act out what was there in our heads. I said, "No need for games, babe, let's hop into bed." Figured that'd get you. And that's when I said, "I'll get on with it. Let's get it done. Life is made up of moments. Let's not miss this one. I'll get on with it before it's too late. We know where we're going. There's no need to wait." But that's when she says, "Let's take it slowly. you don't really know me. And if we make it holy, maybe it will last. What is your hurry? You don't need to worry. The one thing we know is that time goes too fast. It's basically the argument that's been going on in back seats of cars all through the 20th century, right? It's working so well, I've got her moving in. All the permanent thoughts already begin. You see, she is the woman that I want for my wife. I say, let's set a date, babe, and get on with our life. And that's when I said again, I'll get on with it. Let's get it done. Life is made up of moments. Let's not miss this one. I'll get on with it before it's too late. We know where we're going. There's no need to wait. But that's when she says again, let's take it slowly. Still you don't know me. If we make it holy, maybe it will last. What is your hurry? You don't need to worry. The one thing we know is that time goes too fast. Now when my brother Steve gets a hold of this song, the guy responsible for most of the good arrangements we've done over the years, I'm sure he's going to put some brilliant time passes on music right here, so there can be further plot developments. It's working. I don't know what happened as we moved along, but all of a sudden it came out all wrong. She said, it's all over, let's not drag out the end. If we split up now, then at least we'll stay friends. And that's when she says, I'll get on with it. You know it's all done, and we've had our moments. Don't prolong this one. I'll get on with it. You know it's too late. Yes, it's all over. There's no need to wait. And you're ahead of me, I'm sure. 'Cause that's when I say, let's take it slowly. You know how you know me, and once it was holy, don't give up so fast. What is your hurry? You don't need to worry. The one thing we know is that time goes too fast. Now this is a song you've heard before. I'd like to have everybody sing the first chorus, and then we'll have the men sing the second chorus. Guys, gird your loins, gather the last vestiges of macho, see what you can work up. And then the third chorus the women do, and then the last chorus we'll have... We've got that category too. Well, we'll hold off on that one. The last chorus we'll all do together. Now we need a judge for this. Will you be judge? You're the judge, okay? Now, you biased? You are biased. Any particular way, or do you want to talk about it? Not really. You go both. He goes both ways. AC/DC. I see. Okay. The new liberated New Jersey. Okay. Now, what I want you to judge it on is quality and quantity. Who sings louder, but who sings better at the same time. Sort of balance it out, okay? You excited about this? You're easy. Ah, well, we figured that out already. You've already experienced. You know what Woody Allen said about bisexuality? Says he's in favor because it doubles his chances of a date on Saturday night. Now I'll do the verses. Come on and strong with the first chorus. We'll warm up, okay? My child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking for a new one. And as he grew, say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. Okay, now do it to me, everybody. And the cats and the silvers. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now wait a second. I didn't think I was gonna have to say. In every audience, there are those few that are tragically hip, you know? They sit there and say, I paid my money, buddy. I ain't gonna do shit. You entertain me, you know? Now, if you're trapped with somebody like that tonight, you know, someone suffering from terminal cool, right? There's a very simple solution. I believe first suggested by B.F. Skinner, if I'm correct. Do not reward negative behavior, right? Behaviorism, right. So, very simply, when you go home with your date tonight, male or female, doesn't matter. Very simply, don't put out. Nothing. No. Nada. Or if you're married to him and you have to by law, lie there like this. Don't even twitch. They may think you like it, okay? Now the rest of you, sing this damn song with me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and the cats and the silver little. When you're coming home, Dad, Dad, I don't will, son, you know. All right, sounds good. We got to get warmed up anyway. We're going to do bananas later on. Need everything we can get. Now, the next chorus belongs to the guys, and you got to judge that, okay? Okay. My son turned 10 just the other day. He said, thanks for the ball, Dad. Come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw? I said, not today, I got a lot to do. He said, that's okay. And then he walked away, but his smile never dimmed and said, I'm gonna be like him, yeah. You know I'm gonna be like him. Okay, guys, do it to me. And the cats and the silver little. When you're coming home, Dad, Dad, I don't will, son, you know. Give it an 83 because you can dance to it, right? The next chorus is the ladies. No, women. Not them, women. All right. Came from college just the other day. So much like a man, I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you. Can you sit for a while? He shook his head and he said with a smile, what I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please? Okay, gals, do it to me. And the cats and the silver little. When you're coming home, son, son, I don't will, Dad, you don't. Now, while our intrepid judge is judging that, I will do what I call the Exodus part of the song. Always gives me visions of Sal Mineo coming through the bulrushes. Well, I've long since retired, my son's moved away. Called him up just the other day. Said, I'd like to see you if you don't mind. He said, I'd love to, Dad, if I can find the time. You see, my new job's a hassle and the kids have the flu, but it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. And as he hung up the phone, it occurred to me he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. Everybody, let's go out and blaze a glory. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little more blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time there. Well, all right, New Jersey. An expected hush falls over the crowd. Can we have the spotlight down on this gentleman right here? Can you stand up and face the audience? Now, loudly shout out who you thought was better, the guys or the girls? Now, I just want to warn you one thing. We've got an ethics committee that watches over judges. So now if you go out with a woman tonight, they will suspect that you are biased. So I want you just to, tonight you can't do anything with anybody, okay? No. I'd like to do a song about, well, an unusual subject. It's an ode to my wife's ex-old man. I've been married 10 years now, and my wife had 3 kids when I met her. We've had 2 since by the normal methods. And as every year goes by, I'm more grateful that he was such an idiot. So I wrote this song for him. It's called Poor Damn Fool. Usually I got Kim over there with perfect pitch to help me out. Actually, Chevy said he had perfect pitch. I don't know if I believe it. You're a living, walking dream. You're the best I've ever seen. Oh God, I wanted you. I've often dreamed what I would do if I could give myself to you. Oh God, I wanted to. But up till now, you've not been free to be fooling around with the likes of me. But it's changed now. Though it's strange how he's the one that arranged it now, but he's a poor damn fool. 'Cause he went and let you go now, just a poor damn fool. Never will know now, maybe someday he'll be sad. I say that that's too bad, he never knew how much he had. I'm glad I got you now. Yes, I've had my ups and downs, so I've been rambling around, and I'll be candid. I could not believe my eyes when I finally realized just what that man did. Yes, I have heard about finders, keepers, and our losers are the weepers. That's okay, I know it's my lucky day. Still I just got to say that he's a poor damn fool. 'Cause he went and let you go now, just a poor damn fool. Never will know now, maybe someday he'll be sad. I say that that's too bad, he never knew how much he had. I'm glad I got you now. You know how I'd love to hear you say you're glad that it worked out this way, and you'll forget about yesterday 'cause you feel so good. It's worked out real good. You know you make me feel so good. When I was trying to find a way to cope with busted dreams and fallen hopes, well, it made a way. And now his misfortune is my gain. Though I know it gives you pain, it'll fade away. Yes, you will find that as the years roll by, the memories of the times you cried will be laid away. You know they'll fade away. Yes, they'll fade away. And you'll forget that poor damn fool. 'Cause he went and let you go now, just a poor damn fool. You never will know now, maybe someday he'll be sad. I say too goddamn bad, he never knew how much he had. I'm glad I got you now. He was a poor damn fool. Here's a song about how I met my wife in the first place. I come fresh from the street, fast on my feet, kinda lean and lazy, not much meat on my bones and a whole lot alone, more than a little bit crazy. And the old 6-string was all I had to keep my belly still. And for each full hour lesson I gave, I got a crisp $10 bill. You see, she was married for 7 years to a concrete castle king. She said she wanted to learn to play the guitar and to hear her children sing. So I'd show up about once a week in my faded tight-leg jeans, with my backlog full of hobo stories and dilapidated dreams. She said, I want to learn a love song full of happy things. She said, I want to learn a love song, won't you let me hear you sing? She said, I want to learn a love song, want to hear you play. She said, I want to learn a love song before you go away. I tried to teach her a couple of chords and an easy melody, but it always turned out she'd rather listen to my guitar and me. I could hear an old man laughing in the den, playing stud poker with the boys, sang so soft in the living room, too scared to make much noise. I came one week and the den was dark, and she met me at the door, and we sat on the couch and we sang and talked till I could not sing no more. You know, the silence kept on building and her eyes grew much too wide. I could hear both of our heartbeats, but there was no place to hide. She said, I want to learn a love song full of happy things. She said, I want to learn a love song, won't you let me hear you sing? She said, I want to learn a love song, want to hear you play. She said, I want to learn a love song before you go away. Well, I guess you know what happened. By God, I never been so clean. Yeah, I feel like I'm working in a Hollywood movie, living out a good bad dream. And all that pin-up girls in that tinsel world never touched me like she can. It took another man's wife in the real world life to make this boy a man. She said, I want to learn a love song full of happy things. She said, I want to learn a love song, won't you let me hear you sing? She said, I want to learn a love song, want to hear you play. She said, I want to learn a love song before you go away. I guess you know I stayed. Oh, thank you. Feeling good in here. I wrote another country and western song after Bananas last year that I've been having some fun with. We haven't recorded it yet, but it's probably almost as perverse as Bananas. It's a song called Odd Job Man, and it's about a time I was taking any kind of extra gig to make a couple extra bucks. It's also about cross-class pollination. And if you wonder what the hell that is, listen to the story. I think it explains itself rather neatly. It's in the Jerry Reed Charlie Daniels type tradition, you know, half spoken, half sung, you know. I give part-time help, I'm that odd job man. Can't do what I want, so I do what I can. And I'll tell you now, so that you will understand. You get just what you pay for from that odd job man. One day this dude drives in the station, and I slide out to the pump. And he says, I need some odd jobs done. Can you get off from this dump? Well, I can always use some extra bread, so I nod and take the job. When he says, clean up before you come, I do not hire slobs. Now you can see I'm not no fancy pants, but everyone has pride. And especially since this lovely lady's sitting by his side. Still, something keeps my trap shut, and I nod again, all right. And he deuces his Mercedes, and he squeals off in the night. I give part-time help, I'm that odd job man. Can't do what I want, so I do what I can. And I'll tell you now, so that you will understand. You get just what you pay for from that odd job man. Well, I find his place next morning. It's more a palace than a pad. And it kinda makes my pickup truck start looking pretty bad. But the same lady swings the door back, and before one word is said, she leads me to his trophy room where he sits with his stuffed heads. He's got this list of jobs for me to do while he's out of town, and he says, I'm too damn busy, boy, the way I move around. So I start to figure prices when he says, it's time you learn when you're dealing with a gentleman, you get just what you earn. I give part-time help, I'm the odd job man. Can't do what I want, so I do what I can. And I'll tell you now, so that you will understand. You get just what you pay for from the odd job man. Now, any musicians out there will immediately notice that I've gone to a minor key. What this means to the layman is the plot is about to thicken. Well, I set to work that weekend, and I'm fixing up some stairs, when I feel that someone's watching me, and I see she's standing there, and she says, I like to watch you work, you have such supple hands. She says, can I help you? And I say, maybe you can. Well, she looks me in the eyes, boys. Mid-eye looked a little lower. That's when she starts breathing faster, and I start working slower. You see, when you have a helper with her attitude and grace, you start putting lots of extra hours working around the place. Part-time help, I'm the odd job man, and I can't do what I want, so I do what I can. Well, that month or two soon come and gone, with my odd jobs all done. But who should pull up to the pump but the long-lost prodigal son? He says, here's $100, boy. Pulls a bill off from his wad, and he starts to hand it over like a gift comes straight from God. I say, that's just a fucking hour, sir. He says, that's what I pay for jerks. Now, I admit that almost blew my cool, but I staggered back to work. You see, most time when it's said and done, there's justice to this life. 'Cause what that man had done to me, I'd done to his wife. I give part-time help, I'm that odd job man. I can't do what I want, so I do what I can. And I'll tell you now, so that you will understand. You get just what you pay for from there. Well, all right. I'm glad you just
asked for those two songs because I'm doing them back to back. I think the reason why, and I just said I'd do it. Relax. I think the reason why many of you are here, if you're here to see me, is because of these story songs that I do. It's sort of a category one. I got into music because I couldn't find anybody dumb enough to sing these songs because they're too long for radio. But thank you. That's my mother.
You're the only one that got off the train. You must be my wife, Miss Annie Halsey. Yes, yes. I guess I am your husband. Hello, I'm Harry Crane. May water Annie, never mind you crying. Your tears are sweet rain in my empty life. Fairwater Annie, can't you see I'm trying to tell you that I'm glad you're here. You are the woman who's come to be my wife. You know you're not as pretty as I dreamed you'd be, but then I'm not no handsome fancy dad, and out here looks really not important. No, no, it's what's inside a woman when she's up against the land. Mail order Annie, never mind your crying. Your tears are sweet rain in my empty life. Mail order Annie, can't you see I'm trying? Tell you that I'm glad you're here. You are the woman who's come to be my wife. You know, it's not no easy life you're entering. The winter wind comes whistling through the cracks there inside. You know you'll never have too many neighbors. There's you, girl, and there's me, and there's God. You know I'm just a dirt man from the North Dakota plains. You're one girl from the city who's been thrown out on her own. And I'm standing here not sure of what to say to you, except in mail order Annie, let's you and me go home. Mail order Annie, never mind your crying. Your tears are sweet rain in my empty life. Mail order Annie, can't you see I'm trying to tell you that I'm glad you're here. You are the woman who's come to be my wife.
And this is the most gentle song I've ever written. It's called A Better Place to Be. It was an early morning barroom, and the place just opened up. And a little man came in so fast, and they started at his cups. And the broader served the whiskey. She was a big old friendly girl who tried to fight her empty nights by smiling at the world. And she said, hey, bub, it's
been a while since you've been around. Where the hell you been hiding? Why you look so down? The little man just sat there like he'd never heard a sound. The waitress, she gave out with a cough and acted not the least put off. She spoke once again. She said, I don't want to bother you. Consider it's understood. I know I'm not no beauty queen, but sure I stopped to get a bite. And this here lovely lady, she sat 2 seats from my right. And Lord, 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 she was all right. I was tongue-tied like a schoolboy. She was so damn beautiful that she could warm a winter frost. But she looked long past lonely and well nigh kinda lost. Now I'm not much of a mover or a pick-em-up-easy guy, but I decided to glide on over and give her one good try. And Lord, 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 she was worth a try. But I was tongue-tied like a schoolboy. I stammered out some words. It did not seem to matter much, 'cause I don't think she heard. She just looked clear on through me to a space back in my head, and it shamed me into silence as quietly she said, if you want me to come with you, that's all right with me, 'cause I know I'm going nowhere, and anywhere's a better place to be. Anywhere's a better place to be. When I drove up to my boarding house and I took her up to my room, and I went to turn on the only light to brighten up the gloom, but she said, please leave the light off. Oh, I don't mind the dark. And as her clothes all tumbled around her, I could hear my heart. The moonlight shone upon her as she lay back in my bed. It was the kind of scene I only had imagined in my head. I just could not believe it, to think that she was real. As I tried to tell her, she said, I know just how you feel. And if you want to come here with me, that's all right with me, 'cause I've been oh so lonely. Loving someone is a better way to be. Anywhere's a better place to be. Well, the morning came so swiftly, I held her in my arms, and she slept like a baby, snug and safe from harm. Now I did not want to share her or dare to break the mood, so before she woke, I went out to buy us both some food. I came back with my paper bag to find gone. She'd left a 6-word letter saying it's time that I moved on. You know that waitress, she took her bar rag and she wiped it across her eyes. And as she spoke, her voice came out as something like a sigh. She said, I wish that I was beautiful, or that you were halfway blind. And I wish I weren't so goddamn fat. I wish that you were mine. And I wish that you'd come with me when I leave for home. For we both know all about emptiness, living all alone. And the little man looked at the empty glass in his hand, and he smiled a crooked grin. He said, I guess I'm out of gin, and I know we both have been so lonely. And if you want me to come with you, that's all right with me, 'cause I know I'm going nowhere, and anywhere's a better place to be. Thank you. Can't do that because nobody. I will try, Mr. Tanner, if I can get a couple of volunteers. I need a couple of good baritones, or else a brave lady or two to come up here and sing "Fall on Your Knees." I've done this a couple of times before, and it works out pretty good. Here's a microphone. You can be an instant star in New Jersey tonight. I've never not had a volunteer. I just need a couple people. Here's. Oh no, that's. I think. Yeah, have you got? This is going to be cute, but have we got somebody else too? Come on up. We can use you. My God, I think I've seen you before somewhere. I know you very much. Okay, now I need a couple more volunteers. You can be up here. I don't know if Bradley can sing. Fall on your knees. Let's get a couple other people up here. Come on. You want to come up? Come on. There's one. You got another robust baritone or a strong alto lady singer out there? We got two guys. One more person. Come on. All right, we'll take you two. I feel like Billy Graham all of a sudden there. Now, you know this part? Let's just practice. You don't mind if we practice it once, right? Okay, here we go. Fall. What's this, a reunion up here? Oh, nah, you've been looking for 14 years, and here of a sudden she is. I'm married to her, you know that. Since it happened in between. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. All right. Now, you got to sing it to this mic. Get a little closer, okay? Now, the last chorus
is you half tempo it, right? That's the big climax of the song. All your needs. Oh, here. Oh, this will be great. Okay. Are you ready? Are you excited? Okay. You guys, there's watchful waiting out there, okay? Here we go. This story came from the fact that I read a review in the New York Times in 1973, and I imagined what came before and what came after, okay? The story of Mr. Tanner. Mr. Tanner was a cleaner from a town in the Midwest, and of all the cleaning shops around, he'd made his the best. But he also was a baritone who sang while hanging clothes. He'd practice scales while pressing tails and sang at local shows. His friends and neighbors praised the voice that poured out from his throat. They said that he should use his gift instead of cleaning coats. Music was his life, it was not his livelihood, and it made him feel so happy, and it made him feel so good. And he sang from his heart, and he sang from his soul. He did not know how well he sang, it just made him whole. All right. His friends kept working on him to try music out full time. A big debut and rave reviews, great career to climb. Finally they got to him, he would take the fling. A concert agent in New York agreed to have him sing. And there were plane tickets, phone calls, money spent to rent the hall. It took most of his savings, he would have gladly used them all. Music was his life, it was not his livelihood, and it made him feel so happy, and it made him feel so good. And he sang from his heart, and he sang from his soul. He did not know how well he sang, it just made him whole. Wait till I tell Big John. The evening came, he took the stage, his face set in a smile, and in the half-filled hall the critics sat watching on the aisle. But the concert was a blur to him, spatters of applause. He did not know how well he sang, he only heard the flaws. But the critics were concise, it only took 4 lines, and no one could accuse them of being overkind. Mr. Martin Tanner, baritone of Dayton, Ohio, made his town hall debut last night. He came well prepared, but unfortunately his presentation was not up to contemporary professional standards. His voice lacks the range of tonal color necessary to make it consistently interesting. Full-time consideration of another endeavor might be in order. He came home to Dayton and was questioned by his friends, but he smiled and just said nothing, and he never sang again. Excepting very late at night when the shop was dark and closed. He sang softly to himself as he sorted through the clothes. Music was his life, not his livelihood. It made him feel so happy, and it made him feel so good. And he sang from his heart, and he sang from his soul, and he did not know how well he sang. It just made him whole. Brother Tom's got moved on from 6 to 11-year-old speed freaks, Make-A-Wish for 5 years. Now all of those have grown up into full-fledged heads, and now he's got a day show called Every Day. Let's do Bananas. You ready? Now, as some of you know, I wrote this damn song for Johnny Cash to sing, but he was too damn busy with his Amoco gas, so I had to do it myself. I gave Big John, who was usually standing back here, the Johnny Cash portions, which he does admirably. But since he's not here, I'm going to assign it to you guys, okay? Now, you'll see the part as it comes by. Repetition aids comprehension is the basic theory of American education, so you'll get better as we go along. So once again, we are about to convene the New Jersey Memorial Country Shit-Kicking Choir. It was just after dark when the truck started down the hill that leads into Scranton, Pennsylvania, carrying 30,000 pounds. You got it? Yes, there were 30,000 pounds. A little more fervor, please. For a while you sounded like the Mormon tubercular choir, as you know. But you'll get better. He was a young driver, just out on his second job, and he was carrying the next day's pasted fruit for everyone in that cold Start City. The children played without despair, and backyard slack piles, and folks managed to eat each day just about 30,000 pounds. Do it to me, New Jersey! Yes, there were 30,000 pounds. Louder! You were a little early over there. I hope your sex life isn't like that. He passed the sign that he should have seen, saying shift the low gear, a $50 fine, my friend. He was thinking perhaps about the warm-breath woman who was waiting at that journey's end. Started down the 2-mile drop, the curving road that wound from the top of the hill. He was pushing on to the short man miles, wound down to the depot, just a few more miles to go. Then he'd go home and have her ease the long cramped day away, and the smell of 30,000 pounds. Do it to me! Yes, there were 30,000 pounds. Louder! Now this is when the song picks up the momentum and excitement. He was picking up speed as he spread his twinkling lights billowing. But he paid no heed as he thought of the lights. The lights went through him. His foot missed the brakes to slow him down, but the pedal brought he did without a sound. He said, "Try!" It was funny how it named the only man who could save him now. He was trapped inside a dead hillside, riding on his fair hunchback was every one of those yellow green. I'm telling you, 30,000 pounds. Do it! Yes, there were 30,000 pounds. Blow me away! Well, the man made the sweeping curve that led into the steamer's grave. And he missed the thankful passing bus at 90 miles an hour. And he said, "God, make it a dream," as he rode his last ride down. He said, "God, make it a dream," as he rode his last ride down. And he sat right there, deep on cars, clipped up 15 telephone poles, hit 2 houses, moved their trees, across 7 people. Then he lost his head, not to mention an arm or two before he stopped. And he smeared for 400 yards along the hill that leads into Scranton, Pennsylvania. All those 30,000 pounds. You guessed it, way back there in the cheap seats. They don't call them the cheap seats for nothing. Now, as far too many of you know, I had a lot of trouble ending this song. But perhaps what you did not know was there weren't just 3 endings to this song. There were actually 4. In honor of my belated return here to Passaic, a 4 years later, I'm going to do all 4 endings of 30,000 Pounds of Bananas. Now, help me out on the first one. Maybe we can persuade everybody they like it after all. It went like this. Oh, yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today. You got it now, everybody. Bananas in Scranton, PA. Banana. I love it. I mean, that's a wonderful ending. Well, I sang it to the I sang it to the guys in the group, and that's what they said. They said, Harry! It is amazing how that's the one part of the show I never have to ask people to participate in. It's also amazing how the word spreads. Now, for those of you who came tonight expecting a family show and are horrified by the use of the term sucks, do not be. It has nothing, and I repeat, nothing to do with the biological act performed between consenting and non-consenting adults. Nothing. It's basically a technical term used in the music business, usually in reference to the Osmonds. Well, Sean Cassidy is also qualified too. I was devastated, and I decided to write another ending. This time I thought maybe a country and western ending, complete with weeping steel guitars, wailing fiddles, but most of all, good old country harmony by the New Jersey Memorial Country Shit-Kicking Choir. You'll see your part as it comes by. Just jump on in. Leave your boots on. A woman walks into her room where a child lies sleeping. You're ready. And when she sees his eyes are closed, she sits there so silently weeping. 3,000 munchkins in here, and though she lives in Scranton, Pennsylvania, she never, ever eats. Do it to me, cheap seats. Not one of 30,000 pounds. Now everybody, hit it loud, clear, hold it out, raise in volume as I raise my hand and cut off clean. Oh, bananas. Whoa, where's the harmony? Come on, you guys are world famous. I'll tell you, all the side parts, it works out better. Split the hall right down the middle. The men on this side go, oh, bananas. Macho profundo. Oh! The men on this side, oh, bananas. Macho ponderoso. What's the female equivalent of macho? I love it. Okay, here we go. This is the women's part. Oh, bananas. Oh, bananas. If you're liberated, you take the lower part. Oh, bananas. Is it my imagination or that part like balls? That's a technical term. Don't worry about it. Now, ladies, we have been messing up the world long enough. Women are supposed to be taking over. Come on, a little more oomph. Oh, bananas. What are you guys dating over there? It's the women on this side. Oh, bananas. There seems to be some gender confusion here. If you're not sure which part you belong in, we got a stray part here. He's going to lead that part. Oh, bananas! That's the Anita Bryant Memorial Choir there. Everybody grab your parts. Here we go. Yes, there were 30,000 pounds. Hyperventilate. Giant breath. Oh, banana. I love it. The only problem is I sang it to the insensitive bastards in the group, and once again they said, Harry! It's amazing. So this is where the other ending came in, because I'll tell you, I knew I was in trouble, and I figured a complete change in mood is what I needed. Something like a Caribbean ending with a Harry Belafonte split to the navel shirt, Jimmy Buffett cap, hot sun, green coconut palms, white sandy beach, something like, I'm Chiquita Banana and I'm here to say. But I don't have the savoir-faire, the elan to pull that off. So finally I said to myself, honesty is the best policy. End the story the way you found out about it in the first place, which was coming through Scranton, Pennsylvania on a Greyhound bus in 1965, when an elderly gentleman with no teeth got on board, sat down beside me, and he gummed me the story like this. You see, the man who told me about it on the bus says I went up the hill out of Scranton, Pennsylvania, shrugged his shoulders, shook his head, and he said, this is exactly what he said, as closely as I can reproduce it for you now. He said, and I quote, "Oh, it sure must have been something. Just imagine 30,000 pounds of bananas. Yes, there were 30,000 pounds. Oh, mashed banana. Sing it with me. Oh, banana, louder. Oh, banana, move it up. Oh, bananas, up. Oh, bananas, oh, bananas, oh, bananas. All right, thank you. You guys are outrageous. Thanks for coming, I appreciate it. Anybody wants to sing along, they can. I can use all the help. I haven't got Big John tonight. It was raining hard in Frisco. I needed one more fare to make my night. A lady overhead waved to flag me down. She got in at the light. Oh, where you going to, my lady blue? It's a shame you ruined your gown in the rain. She just looked out the window. She said, 16 Parkside Lane. Something about it was familiar. I could swear I've seen her face before. But she said, I'm sure you're mistaken. And she didn't say anything more. It took a while, but she looked in the mirror. Then she glanced at the license for my name. A smile seemed to come to her slowly. It was a sad smile, just the same. And she said, how are you, Harry? I said, how are you, Sue? Through the too many miles and the too little smiles, I still remember you. It was somewhere in a fairy tale. I used to take her home in my car. We learned about love in the back of a Dodge. The lesson hadn't gone too far. You see, she was gonna be an actress, and I was gonna learn to fly. She took off to find the footlights. I took off to find the sky. Something inside me to drive a princess blind. There's a wild man wizard, he's hiding in me, illuminating my mind. Oh, I've got something inside me, but it's not what my life's about. 'Cause I've been letting my outside
side tide me over till my time runs out. Now, Big John isn't here to do the high part, so I'm going to do it down an octave, but forgive me. Come to Morristown stage in a couple weeks and he'll sing it for you. Baby, so high that she's skying. Yes, she's flying, afraid to fall. I'll tell you why baby's crying, 'cause she's dying, aren't we all? Now the two spoken lines are yours, plus the last line in the song I want everybody to do like they were singing the national anthem. There was not much more for us to talk about. Whatever we had once was gone. So I turned my cab into the driveway, past the gate and the fine trim lawns. And she said, we must get together, but I knew it'd never be arranged. Then she handed me $20 for a $2.50 fare. She said, I love it. Well, another man might have been angry, and another man might have been hurt, but another man never would have let it go. So and she walked away in silence. It's strange how you never know, but we'd both gotten what we'd asked for such a long, long time ago. You see, she was gonna be an actress. Sing it with me. You see, she was gonna be an actress, and I was gonna learn to fly. She took off to find the footlights, I took off all the sky. And here she's acting happy, and here she's acting happy inside her handsome home. And me, I'm flying, and me, I'm flying in my taxi, taking tips. Everybody sing a lot of harmony. I go flying so high when I'm stoned. I'm easy. I'd like to say a couple quick words and then make some music here in a minute. I'll do it. I have spent about 50 days a year each of the last 2 years in Washington. I last year lobbied through Congress a bill calling for a complete reevaluation of American food and hunger policy because we don't have one. I met with President Carter on February 3rd for a 15-minute meeting about world hunger. There were 7 senators and 8 congressmen with me. I took about 7 minutes, another 2 long Harry Chapin story song, to talk about world hunger. The president said he thought it was a good idea. About a month ago, he appointed a commission to oversee American food and hunger policy. I am one of the 20 members. About a year from now, there are going to be some recommendations coming out of that commission that are going to vastly change things like the fact that we're sending
$45.5 million worth of tobacco to starving people under the Food for Peace program. The fact that in 1974 we sent over 50% of the Food for Peace program to the Cambodian and South Vietnamese armies. The fact that there is, in this society, was enough food to feed everybody 6 times over. We use half the world's energy, 1/3 of the world's resources, and yet we have, of the 6.5 million retarded people in this country, half had malnourishment as a significant factor in the retardation, and 1 out of every 5 cans of dog and cat food sold in American supermarkets goes to old people that eat it themselves. I think it's truly obscene. And what we are trying to do is to change the direction of American foreign policy in this area. Instead of just supporting some of the most vicious, backward governments in the world with our, quote, help money, do something for the people themselves. Frankly, we're going to be attacking some of the multinational corporations and some of the agribusiness corporations. Now, the reason I am here tonight, and I have done, I think, 17 congressional and senatorial benefits this fall, has been very simple. I do not want to have what I call maintenance men running our country. If you're on the Titanic and somebody's polishing the brass and cleaning the linen and worrying about table settings and not being a lookout, not being on the bridge and worrying about where the hell we're going, or they've got such a gigantic stake in the order of things as they are, then you're not going to get much movement. The exciting thing about having a person like Bill Bradley, who owes nothing to nobody, I'm sorry it's non-grammatical, but it's true, is the fact that representing New Jersey will be somebody that I know I can count on these issues when we're down in Washington and doing the down and dirty work of actually doing something about an issue that's been talked about far too often and only given lip service to. Now, I want to give you a perfect example of what I mean by lip service. President Kennedy stood on the steps in Washington in 1961 and said there are 2 great goals for our society in the next 10 years. One is to put a man on the moon, and one is to end hunger. Now think of the seriousness by which we attacked that goal of putting a man on the moon. We tried 87,000 different trajectories. We tried different fuels, different engines, all different kinds of theories. And the amount of ingenuity, energy, stick-to-itiveness was awesome. Think of the way we approach something like hunger. If we sit a program out there, no matter whether it's effective or not, we let it sit there, wasting millions of dollars, supposedly doing something, and it's really crazy because our priorities are all screwed up. So I'm excited about supporting Bill Bradley in New Jersey. I'm excited about the fact that as we move out of the 70s, and this decade has already been dubbed the me generation, the me decade. I'm writing a song called Goodbye to the 70s. I have a feeling that it's going to be looked back upon as the most boring decade in the history of the 20th century. And I think we're going to have to start looking for people like Bill who are not beholden to things as they are, but hopefully can move us in a direction where we truly do something about the kinds of issues I'm talking about. As per usual, and I did $700,000 worth of benefits last year for things I believe in. It's about $2 million over the last 4 years. We raised an extra $150,000 by selling things in the lobby at concerts. T-shirts, programs, and a poetry book that I'm very proud of. And all the money goes to World Hunger Year or the Food Policy Center, which is our lobbying arm in Washington. The sum total lobbying time, lobbying money, it cost us $90,000 to get that resolution through Congress. Now, what we're up against is things like the oil company spent $50 million in lobbying in Washington last year, and they got $15 billion worth of tax credits. That's a good investment from their point of view. That $90,000, however, probably is going to have a significant impact on the lives of hundreds of millions of people. So I encourage you to drop a couple of bucks out there if you got your money's worth in here tonight, and I think you did because Chevy and Dustin are incredible. The Roach Sisters. I want to thank you for coming. Hope to see you again soon. I want to sing a part of a new song and then go into the one you asked for. I've sung it all tonight. I'll be out in the lobby, but I forgot to mention that. Sign anything you want me to sign. Almost every story I know, but now when they turn out the spotlights, I'm not sure where to go. I'm so hoarse I can't hit the high notes. It's just the whisper
when I'm low. But when you sing from the inside, you hope that something shows. That is why, oh yes, you are the only song I need. You're the laughter, you're the lonely song, you're the harvest, you're the seed. You're my first and my final song, for you only, indeed. Yes, oh yes, oh after all is said and done, you're the one song that I need. All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. The moon rolls through the nighttime till the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle. I can't tell you, I can't tell you why. Seasons, the seasons spinning round again, the years keep rolling by. I'm gonna sing one more and then you're gonna help me out on this thing. Including in the cheap seat. Well, it seems like I've been here before. I sure remember when. And I got this funny feeling that we'll all get together again. There are no straight lines make up my life, and all my roads have bends. There's no clear-cut beginnings, and so far no dead ends. Now sing it with me. All my life's a circle. Ah, sunrise and sun, the moon rolls through the eye till the daybreak comes. All my life's a circle, but I can't tell you. Seems I'm spinning, years keep rolling. Now before we go out in the blazing glory, I want to get Don Ruthig, who's running the sound out there tonight, for free, by the way. He's doing a benefit too tonight, to sing it out there. Now I got to be very quiet. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's Mario Lanza.
Chapin, You know, what Chevy said before is absolutely true, because we've been in so many campaigns. And the exciting thing is that I think we're back in a winner this time. We deserve him. He's great.